I don't know why the music player does that. It's on volume level number 3, yet sometimes when I start it on the streaming software, it's playing at full volume and I have to close it and open it again, and then when I start the music it plays at the correct volume. So I can't figure out why it does that all the time. It's some sort of error on the streaming software because the music player is playing at the correct volume, but the streaming software is making it play at a louder volume than it's supposed to be. So I don't know why it does that. If that broke anybody's ears, I'm sorry. I try to keep from breaking your ears, but sometimes that dumb thing goes nuts. How's everyone doing today? I hope you guys and gals are awesome. Okay. Where are we at here? Where are we at here? Please don't tell me what's going on. Hold on a second. Is the stream still live? Yes. Why did my audio stop? 1 second, guys and gals. I got some weird issue going on. Here we go. I'm going to tell you. Actually, you know what? A new version of the streamingware software just came out. I need to download that and install it because ever since the last update, the streaming software has been having a lot of issues. So hopefully, maybe if I'm lucky, it'll fix all the problems. I used to rarely ever have problems with this, so yeah. Alrighty, guys and gals. How's everyone's days going? I hope you're all awesome today. I really do. I really do. Alright, who do we got here today? I see Altered Beast. What's up, Delta? Bro B, how's it going? Brett, nice to see ya. Am I trying out the Leo today? No, today is question and answer day. Raptor, what's going on? Zombie Yogurt, hello, hello. Daniel Sykes, K-Fed. What's up? It's me, Grandpa. We got Bem Bang. We got Brett. So here's the deal. I do plan on making a Leo video, an Ochi Kochi video, and a Ultimate Lancelot with like a 6 million or 12 million hit point shield or something. I'm not very good with math, but it's gonna have like 6 or 10 million hit points on the shield. So those are the next 3 videos I've got in store. Which robot should you buy in the shop? Alright, Real SYM, I have no idea what robot you have available in the shop because different people have different deals on different days. So I don't know what you have. Now you may or may not have the same stuff as I do, so let me go look through the shop really quick and see what's in there. But I don't know if you'll have this stuff. Let me go to the store and look what's in there really quickly, if I can find the store. There it is. I'm still not used to where they've moved the store to for some reason. They're always moving stuff around, and I wish they would just leave it the way it was. That would be so much better. Alright, what's in the store today? Now, if you've got any of these, alright, so a $14 Condor with Screamer deals with the drone. That's probably worth it just for the drone and the robot. That is good. If you got that deal, I think that's worth it. Oh man, $8 for a Raptor with the pilot and the drone and the weapons, even if you don't want to use those weapons for $8, that is a killer deal. It's Mark II, right? This stuff is Mark II. If you like Dagon, I mean, that's okay right there for $10. Leech for $8, I wouldn't buy that one. For a Saglier for $10 with the pilot, I mean, I don't like those weapons, but it's worth $10 for the robot and the pilot. Nether, I would probably pass on that. Devour, I would pass on that. Rook, I would probably pass. Erebus, no thanks. Mender, So if you've got any of the ones I just said are worth it, you might want to consider those. I mean, I don't really know what your playing style is and what you like, but those are all really good deals, honestly. What's up, Mike's Gaming? Thank you so much, buddy. He says, hello, Danny. I don't know if you are up to see my hangar. I don't really normally do hangar reviews, but, you know, since you made a donation, I'll take a look at it. I don't like hangar reviews for several reasons, but since you donated, why not? That's how I look at it. Alright, it's me, Grandpa says, Danny, I don't know why every time I decide to enter Champion League, the game suddenly lags and becomes slow. I have no answer on that one, my friend. I don't think the league you're in should have anything to do with that, so I'm not really sure why that would be happening. I really don't know. That's quite strange and unusual. Mike's Gaming, what's your player ID, buddy? Oh, I'll look at it. Zombie Yogurt says, I have all of those in my shop. I mean, those are some good deals right there, actually. There are some really good deals in there. Alright, Real says, my only one is the right one next to Baglier. So you've got the Nether. Personally, I don't think the Nether is very good, and I don't think those weapons are very good, so if that's the one you're talking about, I don't think I would get that one. Mike's Gaming sounds good, buddy. Alright, I think I have more people asking for hangar reviews, but like I said, I try not to do them too much. I mean, if somebody donates, sure, maybe I'll do one, but it just opens a can of worms that I don't really want to get into most of the time when I start doing hangar reviews, and then 50 other people start asking, and then people start getting angry and arguing. I don't know. It's just been a very bad experience for me doing hangar reviews on live streams. So I just choose to stay away from it for the most part. Alright, Jude, how are you doing today? Can you try Strix with the nano weapon? Oh, that's a good build. I've played it. If you like the Strix robot and you like those weapons, they will work very well. Today we're doing a question and answer, so I'm not playing the game today. Real, you're welcome, buddy. I mean, if you see something that's in the deals, you can type in what you have, and I'll tell you if it's any good if you're interested. Delta says, do you find, sir? Delta, what? Do you find, sir? I'm a little confused on that one. Excellent. That's 200 KES. It's not $200, my friend. You can kind of get an idea of how much a donation is by the color of it. So blue that's probably like, I don't know. That's probably like $2 or $5 US or something like that. I'm not really sure what it turns out to, but when somebody donates, it shows the donation in their currency. So it's not $200. It's probably $2 or $5 or something like that, but nonetheless, I definitely appreciate it. Make a video with bag layer with Tempest. You know what? I played that and I don't think I liked it. I tried that on a live stream, and if I remember correctly, I hated it for some reason. But bag layer is a cool deal. I mean, it's good with most weapons, but I don't know. I did not like the Tempest. What questions do I hear repeat themselves the most? When's the giveaway winner is going to be announced? Or why didn't I win the giveaway? Why don't I ever win anything on your channel? I don't know, because 10,000 people entered the giveaway and there were 200 prizes. That's why. But no, I mean, that's the thing I get the most, honestly. A lot of these people think just because they entered, they're supposed to win something. I mean, that is not real life. When 10,000 people or 5,000 people or even 1,000 people enter to try and get 200 prizes, you gotta realize you're not gonna have a huge chance of winning something. You know what I mean? Edward says, don't be the guy who asks for giveaways. Brandon Eller, what's up, my man? Raptor said, that is a no, that the leech is... The leech is good. Alright, leech is good, but it's not great. Leech is a playable robot in Champion League, but it's definitely... I would say it's decent. I would say it's decent at best. Excellent says, is that the real Mike's Gaming? You know, you could probably click on their logo and view their channel and find out. Zombie Yogurt says, should I change my Teth? Should you change it? I don't know why you would. I mean, if you got a Teth that's upgraded, it's a really good robot. There are so many people playing Teths right now. If you've got one, you're going to benefit by running it in your hangar if you've got it built well. So I would keep it in there unless it's like underbuilt and it's not performing well. Then I would take it out and change it to something else that is. But no, I would leave a Teth in there if you've got one. Excellent says, my spirits, I finally got some rest last night. Awesome, buddy. It's good to get some rest. I've been so freaking tired lately. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not feeling well. I don't know if it's the autoimmune disease or what, but I've had no energy. There's so many days where I'm just like, that's how I feel, just, And I'll be fine in the morning, and then as the day goes on, I feel worse and worse. Then by the time like 3-4 p.m. shows up, I'm just like, oh my god. I can't bring myself to do anything. Like, it's awful. I've been running behind on a lot of stuff because of it, but like I'll have a good day, then I'll have a couple of days where I feel like I'm ready to fall over and die, so. One of the reasons I always try to do everything as early in the day as possible is the later the day goes on, the worse I feel. And lately, I mean, I've been feeling by the evening, like, I mean, I'm to the point where, like, last night I was feeling so bad. I did get on voice chat with my clan, but I didn't even get on the game. I was like, I just don't feel good enough to play, you know? Sucks. I'm going to try and change my diet up a little bit, just in case it's the diet. Elder says, that's because of the vaccine, Danny. Elder, what's up, buddy? Jude says, all bots with no nerfs, who do you think is the most meta? So if you took the nerfs away from the robots, which one was the most meta? Man. Hawk was the robot I probably hated dealing with the most. The Hawk, the Samjock, and the Angler were probably the three worst for me. Angler would come out of stealth, he would blind you, and by the time your blind wore off, a second and a half later, he was in stealth again or something like that. You had no time. If he blinded you, you were not able to damage him because by the time the blind was over, he was basically ready to go back into the ability and blind you again. Those three were the worst. How many did I take? When it comes to the COVID vaccine, I got vaccinated once. Back, I got the one that was supposed to be the best, the Pfizer, I think. I got the Pfizer vaccine. But I only got it once. Thing is, we quickly learned that the vaccine did not make you immune. If I'd have known all that in the first place, I never would have got it. Anyways, my understanding was at that time when the vaccine first came out, a vaccine was still something that was defined as once you get it, you're immune to whatever for the rest of your life or for many, many years. But that wasn't even a vaccine. Then the CDC changed the definition of a vaccine so they could still continue calling that a vaccine. It was ridiculous. But I only got it once. Alright, Mike's Gaming. But let me look up Mike's Gaming here and we'll check out his hangar and see what he's got. Create a custom squad, click custom game. I gotta figure out, I always forget how to find people. I don't do this very often, so. Somewhere in here is find players. Search for players, there we go. Oh boy. There's 2 people with your player ID. I'm guessing the one named Mike is probably you. I'm guessing. Alright. So this is Mike's hangar and it's terrible. Mike has 3 robots. Mike has 3 robots, a level 1 Phantom, a level 4 Ravager, and a level 1 Ophion. That's a terrible hangar, Mike. Let's look at your other ones. Oh wait, Mike's got the... Mike, why did you do this? I'm curious here. Why did you open 5 hangars and you only have 3 robots in each one? Was that less resources than... Did that cost less? I was expecting to see more robots in the other ones, but... So yeah, Mike is in... what league are you in, buddy? Where did it go? So Mike is in Silver League. So he's got a level 6 Raptor, a level 3 Megalodon Orochi, and a Gothic Mars. So personally, I wouldn't put too many resources into that Mars. I think you're going to outgrow that Mars. I probably wouldn't level him up anymore. Orochi's a fun little robot. Raptor's a great robot. Behemoth can be good with the right weapons. I see you got 3 Behemoths. If you can get some Prismas to put on those Behemoths, that's worth leveling and playing, in my opinion. I think the Prismas are great on there. So Nether, I don't think I would put too many resources into that. I would not put too many resources into the Seraph. Now, I do like the Typhon. Currently, the Typhon's good, but it's not one of my favorite robots, but it's pretty good. The Leech is pretty decent. The Amugi is really good. I haven't played a Nightingale in years, so I don't know. Phantom's fun, but it's not that great anymore. Ravager is good with the right weapons, and the Ophion, I don't find it to be a very good robot at all. So, since everything's so low leveled, we're just going to give you my opinions on the robots here. So that's my opinion on what's good and what's not. Now, Kraken Indra, excellent Titan. For Saglier, I mean, if you can play it, it's very good. Aether, don't like it anymore. Kid, don't like it. And Stellar Sirius, like it, but most people hate it for some reason. I would say though, out of all the Titans, the Indra is your best one. Alright, again, I'm only doing a Hangar review because he donated. I don't do Hangar reviews in general for several different reasons, but since he donated, I am doing one for him. But it usually opens up a can of worms. Everybody wants one. People get bored and they leave the stream, so... And then people notice, people start getting mad, so... I don't really do a lot of Hangar reviews, guys and gals. Alright, so let's see. Let me look at some of the weapons you got here. So the Maranas and Jotuns, those are good weapons. The Ks are pretty decent. Scorcher, Feigner, Scorcher, I don't personally like those. Zeus, fun weapon. Not really the best weapon, but they're fun to play. Nucleons, excellent weapons. Vipers are actually pretty darn good if you don't mind the long reload time. Quarkers, love them. Shock Trains, don't like them. DKs are pretty good. Scotties, personally, I think they're still very playable, even though they're not the best weapons. Mogwin, Gangle, and Corona. I would say the Corona is pretty terrible, but the Mogwin and Gangle are good. And Sparks. Sparks not that great because of the lock-on, but, you know, they work. And the Scotties are still playable, so... What I would do is just focus on leveling up the robots that I mentioned were good. Level up those Quarker, Nucleon type of weapons. But anything that I said, you know, level up the Jotuns, the Maranas. The Decays would be okay to level up. I would say though, stay away from the Fainter. The Fainter's not great. Vipers. I love the Vipers. A lot of people probably don't. Zeus. I don't know if you should level those up to put your resources into them, but they're fun weapons. Shock Trains, I wouldn't level those up too much more, honestly. I mean, those are going to be really good in the low leagues, but once you move up into the higher leagues, I don't think you're going to find those Shock Trains to be very good. So hopefully that was helpful right there. Alright. But yeah, Indra, that's the main Titan I would focus on playing if I were you, or that Indra, because that Indra is amazing. I mean, you got some nice robots and you got some pretty decent weapons in there, so if you focus on upgrading the ones that are actually good, you'll have a pretty playable Hangar. Nightcrawler says bee pollen and iodine together counter the effects of what? See, this is another reason I don't really do Hangar reviews. I'm really behind on everybody else's comments now. I've probably missed a lot of comments, so if I haven't said hello to anybody, hello, good to see you guys. Ah, crap, I did start the stream early. I don't know, I guess I messed up my time. I'm sorry, guys. SCTH, hello. Free-to-play weapons for Kaji. Okay, so if I were going for free-to-play weapons on a Kaji, I mean, you're probably going to be playing that robot from a little bit of a distance. I would go for the Dragoon family of weapons, or I would go with the Quarker Nucleon Atomizer family of weapons. Out of everything in the workshop, I think those are you're going to be your best bets because they hit hard and they give you a little bit of range. Nightcrawler says, I got no interest in Orochi's personal view. You know, it's not the greatest robot. I actually played the Orochi on my last live stream, and it was actually a lot of fun. It was actually quite fun. It's not wonderful, but it was playable. You gotta play it very carefully, though. Alright, I'm not sure what you guys are all talking about here. Daniel Sykes says, I didn't take the vaccine. I didn't wear a mask. I'm still waiting for Doc Puccini to be put in prison. Yeah, if the stuff I heard was true, that guy should be put in prison. I don't know how much of the stuff I heard was true and what was bullcrap, because these days, half the stuff you read on YouTube or these articles are made up crap. So you don't really know 100% what's real and what was made up fake news. Just like there's all these videos right now going on about saying how Obama got arrested and he's going to prison. Well, I tried to do some real research on that, and everything seems to be none of that's real. It's just people making crap up, you know? Like, the amount of fake videos about stuff that didn't actually happen is not even funny. Or you'll see like a video about, oh, this celebrity. I remember when everybody was going on how Jackie Chan died, when Jackie Chan didn't die. People make so much stuff up and they post it, it's ridiculous. I wish people would stop that. If it's not true, please don't post it, you know? That's how I see it. Stop posting fake stuff or made up stuff. Excellent says he's praying for one, but yet to be blessed with Aopos. Mino, what's up, buddy? Aopo's a good drone. Phonics, what's up, my man? Alright, Real wants to know what I think about the Scorpion. Scorpion is a fun little robot. I mean, it's not what it used to be, but I think if you build the Scorpion right, you get the right weapons on it, and you play it well, it's a deadly little assassin. So I think the Scorpion's definitely worth upgrading. I can play the Scorpion, and I mean, sometimes it gets wrecked right away, other times it takes out 10 people, so it's, you know, it's always hit and miss with some of these older robots, but it's definitely a very good older robot. It's not one of the better older robots, but it can be extremely good if you play it. Like, if you put that in your hangar and you played it every day and you actually mastered that robot, I think you would be okay. Like, one thing that sucks about me being a YouTuber and constantly trying this build and that build, I don't ever get to play anything for very long, right? My hangars change almost daily. Therefore, I never really get like huge amounts of playtime on one robot. I mean, back in the day, you know, I used to put some robots in my hangar, and like my favorite, I would have like 2 or 3 robots that would stay in my hangar for a year. I would know that build or those robots like the back of my hand. Now it's like, you know, I get a day or 2 or several hours of playtime, then it's time to change for something else. Then I play that for a day or 2 or maybe a few hours. You know, it's just constantly change-o. So I never really get the fully master something these days. And even the stuff I used to be good with, if I haven't played it for like a year or 2, you know, I put it back in. Now I'm rusty with it, so that's the one thing that sucks about being a YouTuber is you're always changing everything so often. Now, like Lottie Rose, she plays 5 Ravens, and she only plays 5 Ravens. She does her YouTube channel. She's great with those 5 Ravens. She has mastered those robots. I mean, she knows exactly how to play those because that, you know, she's got so much experience playing those Ravens. She does great with them. To me, I put in a Raven, I'm just like, I barely know how to play this thing. And then, you know, I do decent with it, but what's my opinion on the Heimdall? Brett Stevens, let me tell you a little bit about the Heimdall. Most people seem to hate it. I don't know why, because it's my favorite Titan to play. It's not the best Titan I've ever played, but it's a very good Titan. You can buy it with your game resources, so if you're a free-to-play player, you can buy it with game resources. I look at it this way: if you're free to play or cheap to play, and you've already got a luchador, and you want some extra variety, maybe build a Heimdall for your second robot. The Heimdall is not an easy robot to play, so it does take some time to get used to it. However, once you really get the feel for that robot, if you build it correctly and get the right weapons on it, it's really fun. I mean, Muller still take me out, Bjorn still take me out, but usually they know they were in a fight before they destroyed my Heimdall. So it's good, but it's not great. But it's extremely fun. I play mine all the time just because I really enjoy playing it. Alright. Where are we on the chat now? Delta says, I still like my Mauler with sonic weapons. Yep, sonics are sweet. I love these sonic weapons. I mean, they're kind of like my go-to when it comes to older weapons. If what I'm currently playing gets nerfed, let's just say I got the brand new weapon, I'm loving it, it gets nerfed, well, time to throw the sonics on there. What about fake news day today? Why is today fake news day? What does that mean? Mitch is weird. Mitch's weird ass ship. Why do you say today's fake news day? Abraka. He just needs one Aopo drone. Excellent says nothing on Facebook is real or YouTube. Some of it is. There's a lot of real stuff on Facebook and YouTube. There's just probably just as much of it, if not more of it's fake. But you can find real stuff on there. Oh, Nightcrawler is referring to the vaccine's effects. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about any of that stuff. What'd you say? Honey and lime juice or something? Nightcrawler says we have a VIP program, a vaccine injury program. BJ wants to know, how do you report hackers and war robots? These guys are so annoying to play with. Alright, so when you finish a battle, right, at the end of the battle, that little chart comes up that shows all the players' names on both teams. You can click on a player, you can view their profile, and then you can find the little drop-down menu that allows you to report players. I don't know if this will work, but let me try to report a friend of mine. We're going to report somebody if it'll let me. Since we're not in a game with somebody, I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to see if I can report somebody on my friends list. Hold on. Oh, this account doesn't... Wait, yes it does. It has one friend. Hold on. I don't think I can, but... Generally, when you view somebody's profile, there's a option to report them. Why am I hitting the wrong thing? I'm an idiot. Remove from friends. There should be a little thing that looks just like this that says report player. You press that and then the drop down menu will come up and then you can pick the reason you're reporting that player. Sloppy says, hopefully it's not me. Sloppy, it would have been you. I was hunting you down to report you, sir. I was going to report you for being too sloppy for war robots. Alright, that was a bad joke. What's up, Madeline? How you doing today? Bee pollen and iodine. I do have some iodine drops. I don't take them very much, but I should because I have a bad thyroid. Those are supposed to be good for your thyroid. All right. Micha said, I would like to watch shows. I like to watch news like shows to get my news. I don't really watch the news. I do watch a few people on YouTube that talk about certain things, but if you watch like the Channel 5 News or Channel 19 News, man, they got these doom and gloom voices. I mean, it's like they train those people to speak in the most menacing sounding voice possible. And it's just like, ugh. And all they do is say, they just complain and report out about all the bad stuff in the world. It's just like, the news is awful these days. What's up, Hubba? He says, Rook or Aether? So I played Rook for like 2 hours on my last live stream and it didn't go very well. It really didn't go very well. I played Aether recently and it actually went a lot better. I don't really recommend either one. But let's just say you have both and they're already upgraded. I would probably put in the Aether over the Rook. But let's just say you've got those two Titans and they're not upgraded. I would probably try to get like a Luchador or something, because Luchador is the best Titan you can get with your resources that you can just buy. Where do you get bee pollen? I didn't even know that was something you could get, Nightcrawler. Damn Jock versus Kaji, which one wins? Probably the Kaji. If the Samjock comes out of the ability, the Kaji's gonna blow it to bits. I don't know. Unidentified said there are still many cheaters. Unfortunately, there are. All I can say is I think once a week there's a big ban process that goes on, but am I gonna report Adrian? It wouldn't let me. I tried, but it wouldn't let me. Mac L, how you doing today, buddy? Mailman, what's up, bud? Real says, I don't have any chance sometimes. I play and get in lobbies where they one-shot me instantly. Yeah, that happens. Real, that's one of the deals with this game. If you get put on a bad team or the matchmaking just sucked for that game, it happens. You got to roll with the punches, right? Don't go into a squad with players who are higher leagues than you, or you're guaranteed to be obliterated. So either play by yourself or play with other people that are like Silver League or whatever league you're in. But let's just say you're in Bronze League or Silver League or something like that, and you go into a squad with Champion League players. That means you're going to be pulled into Champion League and going up against Mark II, Mark III maxed out stuff that will stomp you. Is there a way to report a cheating clan? Not really. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all know who the cheating clans are, but I don't really think there's a way to report an entire clan. I mean, you can report single players. Let's just say you're in a game and everybody on the other team was cheating. You can report each person separately. But I mean, like, we all know the Ren clan cheats, right? Iron Stars for a long time, I don't know if they're still cheating, but they were. And honestly, like, Iron Stars was a huge cheater clan. Steam Fighters was a huge cheater clan. And I don't know if those two clans are still cheating, but every time I see them, I just assume that they probably are. Once your clan gets a bad name, you know, you're probably stuck with that bad name forever. Legion Peru, that was a cheater clan. I don't see those guys very often anymore, but I still see a lot of Ren players, and they're definitely still cheating. But I will say, it sounds like, according to a friend of mine who got into, he somehow snuck into a Discord server full of cheaters, and supposedly a lot of them have gotten temporary bans, but it sounds like a few of those players are finally starting to get some permanent bans. I couldn't think of the word permanent, so I hope they permanently ban all of the cheaters. That's what they need to start doing, is give them permanent bans so they can never come back. I think a lot of them were getting like 2-week or 3-week bans or something, then coming right back to cheating. So I hope they permanently ban those people. But I don't think they should be as nice and give them temporary bans. Maybe like your first time, a temporary ban, second time, you're gone forever. That's how it should be. I do agree with giving somebody a second chance, but do they need a third chance or a fourth chance? No. They should be gone on their second offense. Hey Vijay, what's up, buddy? How you doing today? Brandon Eller says, Excellent is a great War Robots player and he does not use pilots. Yeah, Excellent's crazy and doesn't put pilots on his robots. I don't know why. I mean, if you can play without them, that's amazing. I'm going to say he's probably a better player than I am because I don't think I would do well without pilots. I mean, some robots I can play without a pilot, but let's just say I took my Ochi Kochi into a battle with no pilot, I'm pretty sure it would get stomped. Oh, I forgot to put the thing back on, sorry. You guys are just sitting there looking at my hangar doing nothing. Easy says, I can't stand cheaters. I don't like them either. What gets me is a lot of these cheaters think they're doing something good. They think they're like heroes. They're out there fighting against Pixonic. They're out there fighting the pay-to-win players. The thing is, 90% of the time they're going into games, they're fighting against a bunch of free-to-play and cheap-to-play people and just annihilating them. And then they feel good about themselves for doing that. You know what I mean? And then they try and say, oh, we're the heroes. We're making a difference. No, you're cheating against other players and ruining their days. And half the time you're doing that to free-to-play players. You're not heroes, you're scumbags. You're screwing other people over, you're ruining their fun. I mean, come on. You're not helping the free-to-play players one bit by getting into games with them and then annihilating them into the ground. They're not doing anything except for being a rotten cheater. You know what I mean? I freaking hate the cheaters. I really do. What really pissed me off though is I actually recorded a video one day of a couple of other YouTubers cheating. Turns out it wasn't the YouTubers. We actually ended up looking at their IDs and the IDs did not match. The cheaters were pretending they were changing their name to the same name or as close as possible to some YouTubers, and even making a clan with an almost identical names. They were impersonating YouTubers and trying to make people think that these certain YouTubers were cheating. That's the most horrible thing anybody's ever done in this game. Those people should be thrown out of airplanes with no parachutes. I mean, somebody once kept trying to tell me that there was videos of me cheating and that I was a cheater, and I'm like, number one, you're either seeing me running a Frederick mothership and getting crazy speed, or number two, I hope it wasn't one of those turd bags trying to change his name to Danny Lightning and make it look like I was cheating. It was one or the other, because it was right around the time the Frederick mothership came out. So I think a lot of people weren't used to seeing robots flying across the map at 900 miles per hour. So maybe that's why that guy thought I was cheating, but he kept coming into my live streams and saying, you're a cheater, I'm like, dude, I'm like, and he wouldn't tell me what it was that, but he was saying there's a video of you. So my guess is it was Frederick Mothership or some ass bag impersonating me, but I can't believe that some of those cheaters go that far to actually change their names and make a fake clan to try and make other YouTubers look bad. I mean, what kind of a crap bag does that? I'm still really upset about that. Whether it was me or somebody else they were doing it to, that's horrible. That's horrible. Alright. Nitro Duck, what's up, man? How you doing today? I don't think I said hello to you yet. Kamikaze, what's up, buddy? The meter with Mace. Let me tell you a little story about the meter. That's a cool robot. Mace, it's good. The only problem with Mace is, let's just say you teleport to one of your teammates and you end up being like 300 meters away. You're not close enough to get the most out of the Mace. So I would prefer to have something other than shotguns on the Demeter, but Mace will work no problem. I mean, you could give me a Demeter with Mace and I could play it all day long, every day with no problems whatsoever. So it's a good build. It works. It works very well. Real says, I watch your videos a lot and I finally understand how to upgrade your robots the right way and it helps a lot. Good, my friend. I'm glad the videos are helpful. I am glad the videos are helping you out. Vijay has switched to Mech Arena. He says you can at least stand a chance and have fun being free to play. Question, Vijay. Are you up in like the higher leagues or are you down in like the lower leagues over there yet? Because everyone I talk to about Mech Arena said it's more pay to win than more robots. Is that true? I don't know. I didn't like Mech Arena when I played it, so I tried it out and I didn't like it. I thought the robots felt cartoony, not the looks, just the way they drove, the way they moved. The physics of the way the robots drove just felt like generic and I guess kind of cartoony. When I play War Robots, I feel like I'm playing an actual PC game or something. Like the physics and like the way the robots drive and move, it feels just like a real PC game to me, which is one of the reasons I like War Robots. Most of the other robot fighting mobile games just feel like a mobile game. I don't know how to explain it, so I couldn't really get into Mech Arena, but I haven't played it in years, so it could be really different by now. I don't know. I might play it and find out I really like it, but I just don't have time. Like, I got 2 YouTube channels for 2 different games, and that's all I can do. Minnow says, are people still complaining about businesses making money? Probably. I mean, businesses do need to make money. I do think some businesses overcharge for certain things, though. I would say, how much money does a business actually need to make? I do think some businesses get a little bit greedy, but it's just like anything else, right? You go down to the grocery store, you're not going to fill up your grocery cart full of food and walk out of there without paying, unless you want to go to prison. But there's not a company out there that's really there to give you free stuff, right? These companies are there to sell you things and make money. To the players, this is a game, but to the people who own this, it's a business. So these companies are out there to make money. That's one thing you got to remember. It's not just this game, it's all games. But I truly feel that certain things should be cheaper though. Like in this game, I think the data pads cost way too much. Like I couldn't bring myself to spend the type of money that it costs to buy a bunch of data pads in this game to get all the new stuff. I mean, if you got unlimited funds in your wallet, sure, go for it. But most of us don't, so That's why if you notice a lot of my build videos show robots and weapons that are much easier to get. I focus on older stuff that you can get easier. I don't really do a whole lot of builds for new stuff. And when something just comes out, I'll usually make a video about it and then I'll put it away. And then I go back to doing builds on older robots and stuff because I know most people don't have, $1,200 or $3,000 to get a bunch of the new stuff. Excellent says, personally, I love it. To me, it feels more skill-based and more robots. What does? The Mech Arena? But personally, I like the old days on War Robots where they would sell something and they would give you a price. I don't like the fact that you open a data pad and you don't necessarily know what's going to pop out of there. Alright, Real says, in my opinion, War Robots is one of the difficult games because you need a lot of time to upgrade stuff. So Real, if you save up some gold, if you're talking about the wait time, you can just use your gold to speed up your upgrade. Now, if you're talking about the time that it takes to get all the silver and stuff needed, that definitely can be very time consuming, but pretty much, there's another game I play. There's another game I play from my other YouTube channel. It's a drag racing game, right? So the Elite Tuners events came out. It's a series of events where you got to get the cars, then you got to earn parts to make the cars fast enough, and then you've got to get these elite tokens to add extra stars to the cars to unlock more parts. It took me 2.5 years on that game to finish the Elite Tuners events. When the Legends events came out, it took me 1.5 years, right? So you gotta have a lot of patience. Mobile games are designed to where you either spend money or you do things very slowly. I've never really played a mobile game where as a free-to-play or a cheap-to-play player, well, I can say I've never played a high-end mobile game that feels like a real game, where you can spend little to no money and do well quickly. Most every mobile game I've ever played, you either spend a whole bunch of money or you do everything really slowly, and then you got to grind your butt off and play to earn the stuff. Real says, would I buy Mark II robots from the shop? Would I win the most games? Well, here's the deal. If you buy Mark II robots from the shop that are actually good, it's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to save you a lot of time, right? For $10, if you buy a Mark II robot, that's great. That's awesome. If the robot and the stuff that it comes with is good. Now, are you going to do well with that stuff? That depends on you, right? There are players out there that have full meta hangers and they suck. Like, we actually know a couple of guys that came into, like, my clan RH, right? We actually got some players in who had amazing stuff, but they couldn't play any of it worth of a crap. And they didn't have stuff built properly, and they had no idea what they were doing. They wondered why they had all this awesome stuff, and they were in there just getting destroyed. They were just getting destroyed every game. So we're like, all right, look, you need to change some things up. Maybe try this set of weapons, use these pilot skills, do this. They changed a few things. We gave them a bunch of advice, and then they learned how to set up their stuff and play their stuff properly. And they went from getting destroyed with all this meta stuff to actually being good players. So you do need to learn to play your stuff properly. Just because you have nice stuff does not mean you're going to be able to do well with it. You got to build it correctly, you got to set it up correctly, and you have to learn to play it properly. So, a lot of people say there's no skill involved in this game. That's not true. If you and some other player both have the same exact build, you don't know what the hell you're doing, the next guy is an expert seasoned player, he's going to destroy you. You're going to get destroyed by the guy that knows what he's doing, even if you have the same exact stuff. So, you know, you can't expect to do well just because you got something. I mean, if you get a new robot and you level it up, sometimes it takes weeks or even months to truly master that robot for some people. Like, you got to get your playtime in. You just got to learn the ins and outs of that robot. You got to learn proper ability timing. You got to figure out when you can charge in, when you need to retreat, when you need, you know, there's a lot of variables, and every robot's very different. What's up, Fruit Finder? How you doing today? Awesome to see you. If I miss anybody's comments, I'm sorry. You know, I sit here and I talk and I talk and I talk, and, you know, Bubble Beast. What's going on, Bubble Beast? How's your day going? Separating, what's going on? Fruit Finder says, I will apologize for someone. Why? What did you do? Brandon says, I'm playing with Master League players, so yes, Grandpa. But Jay says, I mean, that applies to like every fighting game. Unidentified says, there are now weapons that actually require no skill, the ones that came with Teth. Okay. Let me tell you a little story about Teth. I got Teth. I played it for the first time, and the first 20 or 30 minutes I played it on that live stream, I thought it was a piece of crap. I thought it was a piece of junk. It was dying. People were tearing it to pieces. And after about half an hour, I was like, okay, now I got the hang of this thing. And then the rest of the live stream, it destroyed everybody. It went in there and it obliterated everything once I figured out how to play it. So even the Teth with those weapons, I can't necessarily say that it took no skill, but once you figure out how to play it, it feels like it takes no skill. But when I didn't know what I was doing with it yet, it sucked. Nightcrawler wants my views on Curry. Well, I'm not sure, Nightcrawler. Every time I play the Curry, it's really hit and miss on whether it does well or not. I've been trying to form an opinion on Curry whether I like it or not, and I can't really make up my mind if I like it or don't like it. Like, some games it gets taken out instantly, other games it does okay, but I really haven't done well with it on enough games constantly to say that I like it. So I'm still a little on the fence about that one. Minnow says, I don't have good stuff and I suck. Not a great combination. The game takes a lot of patience. I mean, if you notice, I play a lot of old stuff and I can do pretty well with it, you know? I mean, I'm not going to go out there and come in first place every game when I got a hangar of old robots, but I can play it, I can have fun, I can grab some beacons, grab some kills, and do well. That's really what counts, right? Bumblebee says, you talk a lot, I love it, it's better than me. You know, I figure if I'm quiet and I don't talk a lot, people will get bored, so I try to keep my terrible mouth yapping, which is crazy. I don't know how I do this because I'm a very quiet, like, in real life, if I was in a group of people, I would just sit there and I would listen to everybody talk. I would barely say a word. I was never a real talkative person. I didn't like being around groups of people. But if I were like hanging out with a buddy, if somebody I know really well, I'll sit there and I'll talk to him all day. But I've always never liked groups of people. I mean, maybe if like all of you guys were right in front of me, I'd be like, oh, I see all these people. Maybe I would get quiet. But for some reason, I find I can just talk your ear off on the live stream. So that's a good thing, because I mean that's not my normal personality. Now, when I first started doing YouTube, the videos were terrible. I remember some of my first videos on my other channel. I did my first gaming video. I think it was like a tutorial on a game called Lords Mobile. And I was like, "Hi, everybody. Today, we're gonna go over the mastery tree and tell you guys how to set this." I was so like uncomfortable and bad at speaking back then. It was terrible. But now I just never shut up. So due to the fact that I got the autoimmune disease, I don't hang around people. Like, I don't go places or do things, unless somebody comes over to visit me. I don't leave the house or go anywhere because my muscles and nerves are so messed up. But I'm not really sure if I would be really talkative now in a group of people or if I would still be really quiet. Madeline says, "You're an intergroup. You're an introvert. You burn fuel in large groups." What do you mean by burn fuel? Brute, I never saw what you said about apologizing for something. I don't know what you're referring to. If you said something, I missed it. Nitroduct says, "Curry was a fun little robot. What I used to level up in the game, first pulled the trigger on and bought." Oh, that was the first robot you ever paid for? I'll tell you what. When Curry came out, I loved it. And as you guys can tell, I'm still not a great speaker because I stutter and bubble my words all the time. So, I mispronounce things. I'm not a good speaker. But somehow, I can pull it off. I guess it depends on what I'm talking about, because I actually tried to do another YouTube channel where I would talk about like a certain subject. I could get through about 3 minutes of speaking and then be like, "Well, I don't know what else to talk about." And I'm like, "Well, I guess I'm done." The videos would be like 2 or 3 minutes, and I was like, "Well, but I guess War Robots is just something I know about, or like the other game, CSR2 Racing. I've got enough information in my head about those things that I can go on for hours." But, I tried to make a video about something non-gaming related, and I was just like, "All right, well, this, and this." I'm like, what do I talk about now? And I was like, I don't think I'm going to do this other channel. I guess like when you start trying to do videos for something new, you need practice. But something I really like, or that I'm really knowledgeable about, or something that I have a decent amount of knowledge about, I guess I can just talk about that a lot, because I don't know. But I've always been a very shy, quiet person. So I'm amazed I can get on a live stream and talk like this. Pro Nuts, what's up, buddy? Bubblebee says, "My live streams is just running battles." I don't know. I mean, there's a couple times where I popped on YouTube and I saw you were streaming and I popped on, so I don't really remember you being extremely quiet. I mean, you're not a motor mouth like me, but I think you did talk enough to, keep it from getting boring or whatever. Me, I turned into motor more. Some people are probably like, "Man, this guy talks too much." I guarantee you some people are like, "This guy talks way too much," but I think that's what I'm supposed to do, is talk a lot. I mean, that's what the point of YouTube is, right? You talk about stuff, so. Nightcrawler says, "Just be yourself." You sure you want me to be myself? Hold on. Let me turn into the real Danny Lightning. Oh no. There's a bunch of people here. Oh no. There's people. Ah! They're listening to me. They can see me. Ah! you know. Are you sure I should be myself? Alright, I'm not that bad. Excellent says, I do not talk at all. That is probably why channel struggles. Yeah, honestly, I think people... I think you gotta talk a lot, right? If you want to do really well on YouTube, I believe you want to talk a whole lot. If you don't, people are probably going to get bored and stuff like that. Another thing is, though, you need to make sure you're always posting videos, right? I would say at least try to post something once a week, once every other week. On a gaming channel, I would say, you know, if you can post something 2, 3, 4, 5 days a week, go for it. But if you don't post stuff often enough, people start to forget about your channel. So I'd say once a week or once every other. I would say every other week at least post one video. You know what? Excellent. Let me find your channel. Let me subscribe to it. Now, if YouTube ever notifies me that's another problem I have with YouTube is they don't always notify me when people make videos. I don't know. That's one issue I've always got. Like there's certain channels where they almost always notify me. Then there's other channels where they pretty much never tell me when somebody posts a new video. Even if I search for that channel and watch those videos daily, that channel can just post video after video and YouTube will never tell me. So kind of a pain in the butt. But if you're doing YouTube, I will say channels that talk do way better than channels that don't talk. There are a few exceptions. For example, like Hangar does a lot of videos where, I mean, sometimes he talks, sometimes he doesn't. And his channel does pretty well. There's another War Robot YouTuber I've seen sometimes. I can't recall the channel name currently, but they don't say anything. They just post game footage. Now, when I watch it, I'm bored. I'm like, well, why do I just want to watch somebody play a video game? I'm like, that's not entertaining. I want some, I don't know, to me, I need some sort of commentary to go behind it to really feel like I'm watching something that's worth my time. Hey, Lori, how you doing today? Grandpa says you can't be free to play and be a YouTuber at the same time. Lottie Rose does it. He plays 5 Ravens. Now, you can be, right? You can be. I mean, I think as a YouTuber, you know what? Let me tell you something. I started off my YouTube channel as a 100% free-to-play player. I never spent I played this game for 6 or... Okay, when I first... Hold on. Let me reframe that. When I started this game roughly 10 years ago, I spent $50 to buy a Lancelot. And I didn't spend another dime on this game for probably 6 years. Edward, have a great day, buddy. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I was roughly free to play, other than the $50 I spent on Lancelot, for 6 years. When I started this YouTube channel, I was a free-to-play player. I was in Champion League playing my, Mark 1 level 10 Hangar or Mark 1 level 12 Hangar or whatever it was. And honestly, people were watching the videos. Like I had pretty much every robot in the game. Most of them were only like level 10. Like I said, I always tell people, one of the biggest mistakes I made in this game was I wanted to upgrade every weapon I got. I wanted to upgrade every robot I got. And I never got anything past level 8 or level 10 Mark 1 because I did that. Now, the day I decided to pick 5 robots, fill them up with weapons and not change anything. I was amazed how fast I went from I was amazed how fast that Hangar went from Mark II 12 to maxed out. I was like, wow. It only took me 2 months to max that Hangar or something like that. Now, I was playing the game, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 hours a day. So I was able to earn a bunch of resources, but I forget where I was going with this, but if you've got enough time and you're a good player, you don't really have to spend money to do well on YouTube. You just have to be able to make videos that people somehow like and be decent enough at the game to where you can, nobody wants to see you get blown up over and over and over and over and not do anything good, But if you can post decent to really good gameplay and you can talk about stuff, explain stuff, if you can be really entertaining or teach people stuff, you don't really need to spend money on this game. It helps. It definitely helps, but about 3 or 4 months after I started this YouTube channel, at the time I was still a free-to-play player, I received a message from Pixonic, and I thought it was a joke. I'm like, oh, someone's messing with me. This isn't real. And then I found out it was, and Pixonic was like, hey, we like what you're doing on the YouTube channel. Would you like to join our YouTube mentors team? And I'm like, hey, this is actually real. So I was, yeah, that sounds great. And then they signed me up and bam. So I did all that as a free-to-play player. Well, I make a Muller build. Fruit, here's my problem with Titan videos. I've been trying to record a Heimdall video for weeks. Every time I drop my Heimdall, every time I'm trying to record, put it this way. Every time I'm actually intentionally trying to record Titan game footage, either the game ends before I can drop the Titan, or the Titan drops and 30 seconds later the game's over, or the Titans drops and 5 other enemy Titans run over and blow it up instantly. I can hardly ever get Titan footage. Now when I'm not recording, I drop my Titans in, I play them. Most of the time it goes fine, but as soon as I'm trying to record, I've got the worst luck in the universe. It's been this way for years. If I'm trying to record a Titan video, I would say 80% of the games end either right when I drop the Titan or before I can even drop it. So I have a really hard time making Titan videos due to some weird streak of bad luck that I've had for years. But I've probably got 30 clips of a Heimdall in a folder right now, and when I go through them, it's like, oh, the robot dropped and 10 seconds later the game ended. The robot dropped and 20 seconds later the game, none of them are usable. I don't know why I have that bad luck trying to make Titan videos, but it's like that almost every freaking time. Terrible. Alright, it's meh. Says, Danny, should I upgrade my Teth to level 10 or upgrade Kieran, Arm, and Gangles? Here's the deal. Teth is currently a monster. I'm pretty sure, however... Alright, you can't quote me on this. This is only my guess. This is only speculation. This is just going by the way they normally do things. So if they continue to do things the way they've currently been doing it, Teth is probably going to be due for a rebalance around January or February. There's a pretty good chance they're going to downgrade the Teth around January or February. Now there's a possibility that this may not happen, but that's what I'm expecting. So if you upgrade it now, you're probably going to get several months of having an amazing robot. Now the weapons, those particular weapons, are they going to nerf those again? I don't know. those may or may not get a rebalance on the next round of big rebalance. So which ones, I mean, me personally, Teth is so good right now. I don't care what weapons you put on it. I would definitely upgrade the Teth and then just make sure you've got at least decent weapons on it. But the problem with this game is you never know what they're going to rebalance or when. So I would not be surprised if those weapons and the robot get rebalanced in January, but we'll find out when it happens. Bubblebee says, I remember when Mars came into the game, that's when I came across Danny's videos and Danny's live performances. They were very helpful to me back then. Well, I'm glad they were helpful. Are they no longer helpful? You said they were helpful back then, so now they must not be helpful anymore. But yeah, I'm glad you liked the videos, Bubble Beast. I wish I had more time I wish I had more free time. Like, for example, this morning, you know, running 3 YouTube channels and everything else I do throughout the day, it's ridiculous. Like, everything I do is work from home, but this is how my day went this morning. I got up around 4 a.m. Hold on, someone's bothering me. What do you want? What do you mean you're going to turn the water off? You can't turn the water off. Hold on, let me fill up my Brita pitcher really quick. I'm going to take a quick break. First off, I'm going to tell you how my day was. We're getting a new wash machine here because it broke, so they're going to have to turn off the water. So this is my day so far, right? I got up at 4 a.m., made some coffee, started working on YouTube videos for 2 of my channels, and then when I got those all done and edited and finished and posted, then I started doing some work on another video for an upcoming thing on another one of my channels. By that time, I think it was like, you know, that from 4 a.m. to like 9:30 a.m. I was doing that. Then I got in the shower, I went out for a walk, and I started replying to people's comments and answering questions. Got home, made some food. I was like, oh my god, it's 11:20 right now. I think I'm supposed to be live in 10 minutes. And now I'm doing a, 2-ish hour live stream. So right there, so right now I've got roughly, except for the time that it took me to eat and shower, I've already got 9 hours into my day. After the live stream's over, I got to record game footage for probably another 1 to 3 hours, depending on how long it takes me to get footage that seems to work well. And then after that, I'll probably spend another hour or 2 going through comments on my 3 YouTube channels, answering people's questions. So, I mean, just the YouTube channels usually take up between 10 and 15 hours out of my day, every single day, 7 days a week. Bubblebee says 11:20 evening. Are you asking what time it is here? Right now it's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon here right now. But I'm gonna go fill up my water pitcher really quick before they turn off the water, because it's almost empty and I'm gonna be thirsty. So I will be right back in a second, everybody. But if I get done in less than 10 to 12 hours a day, it's amazing. But a lot of days I put in 15 plus hours. But there's some other things I have to do besides the YouTube channels in between. So it's amazing. I make, if I weren't disabled, I would just get a regular job again instead of running 3 YouTube channels plus doing a little bit of other work online, because the amount of time I spend doing it all, it ends up being like $3 or $4 per hour. So it's so much work, it's ridiculous. The amount of hours I put in is horrible, but I get to do it all from home and stuff, and I enjoy it. So anyways, I'll be right back, guys. Before they turn the water off, I gotta go fill up my water picture. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, the washing machine broke, so folks that own the house said the new washing machine is, I guess the delivery people are on the way, so they are going to be shutting off the water here in a minute. Okay, where are we at here? Nope, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Bumblebee says, nice to read where everybody comes from, what country. Yeah, I know it's a lot of people. I don't see it as much on these live streams, but sometimes I'll turn on like a live stream from like a really big YouTuber that does different things or something, and people are coming in that everybody's like, hey, I'm so-and-so from here and there. So I notice a lot of people do come in on live streams and say where they're from. Now on my channel, occasionally you get somebody who does that, but not all the time. Keep digging. How you doing today? Alright, so I don't exactly have a giveaway result date. So what I've been doing on the giveaway is I pick a few winners here, pick a few winners here. Kind of like I said I was going to be doing it. If you know, when you watch the video, I kind of explain that. But once all the prizes are given out, you know, once they're all given out and all the prizes have been sent, I'll make another video, you know, announcing the winners, and then I'll start the second part of the giveaway. But that's going to be probably coming to a close pretty soon. I mean, generally I try and make so those giveaways go for around usually 3 to 4 weeks, because anytime I make a giveaway video, I notice usually for about at least 3 weeks, people, even after one ends sometimes, usually about 3 weeks to a month after I post it, people are still trying to enter those giveaways. So normally I let them run for at least 3 weeks. Like, since I got 2 different giveaways, I figure I'll play this one for about 3 weeks, the next one for 3 weeks, and that'll be about right at the time for the new update and the new giveaways to start. So I'm gonna guess we probably got about another week till I get them all finalized and finished. But what I've been doing is picking a few winners here, a few there, and sending them out. So pretty soon we will announce the full list. All right, where are we at on the chat? What's up, Dip? How you doing today? I'm doing pretty good, thanks. It says festive season in India. All right. Durga Puja, did I say it right? I don't know if I did or not. I'm very bad at pronouncing things. Hopefully I got it right. But Hanch, how you doing today? I'm doing good, thank you. What are my thoughts on the Mauler nerf? Wait a second. What Mauler nerf? I don't know anything about a Mauler nerf. Let me go look through the game news. Let me see if Pixonic actually announced that. Thing is, there's a lot of the times there's nerf and buff lists that goes around that aren't real, they're fake. Alright, let me look really quick. I haven't looked at the game news in a couple of days. Alright, so there's some wallpapers of Ultimate Robots. Okay, following these steps, there's something about the stuff on the test server. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything about a Mauler being nerfed anywhere. So the Leo, they're testing, the Leo, the Nether, the Deceiver, and the Roulette, those all got buffed. Now when it comes to balance changes, I see absolutely nothing that Pixonic posted about a Mauler being nerfed. So I'm not really sure where you got that information, but I don't see anything to confirm that. So I think that's probably fake. Unless they just haven't posted it where I normally get my information from yet. But I haven't seen anything about that directly from Pixonic yet. Okay. I know I probably miss a lot of comments. I'm sorry, guys. Real's got to go. Have a great day, buddy. Catch you later. Ultimate Lancelot. Hello, hello. Wait. Can I have a look at your War Robot's name? What's your War Robot's name? Brett says, have a great day, all. Yada here. If so, have a great day, man. Catch you later. Brandon's from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Brett's going to go lay down some magnetic mines. Please don't. I don't like those. Grandpa says, Fruit Finder. I am a free-to-play and play sometimes to get resources. So, no, I don't have unlimited resources like the Robot's mentors. Well, yeah, I mean, so hold on, sinuses. So I do have an account that's owned by the game. Now that account does have unlimited resources. Now my personal account, I run out of resources. I run out of some resources constantly. Like every time I get a new robot, I gotta go buy Memoriam to level up my pilots and stuff like that. So I do probably have to dump, 10, 20, 30 bucks a month into this game to keep my account going. Now the other account that belongs to the game, that has unlimited resources, yes, but my personal account does not. Now, my personal account has a huge amount of gold and silver, but it took me years. It took me years to save all that up. I mean, it got to the point where I upgraded all my stuff, and now I have to upgrade one robot every month and a half or something. So I'm able to save up a lot of silver where I wasn't before. Alright, so your name is Tank Warning. I don't really see how that would sound like a hacker's name. That sounds pretty normal to me. Now maybe they think you're tanking. There is a term called tanking where if you leave games and intentionally try to move down in the leagues, that's called tanking. Are they saying you're a tanker? But to me, Tank Warning does not sound like there's nothing wrong with that name in my opinion. Dean says, don't name yourself that. Dean, why do you say that? What's wrong with that name? Tank Warning, like take warning. It's a play on words, I think. He says, tank and robots means you're taking... Yeah, but a tank is also a certain type of robot you can play as well. When I see a name like that, I don't think of somebody tanking. I think of somebody playing like a Fenrir or something. Or a Mauler or a Rook, or... Not a Rook. Rook's no longer a tank, but... But it does look like a lot of people see that and they don't think highly of it. So maybe you should change your name. But I mean, to me, I see that. All right, the guy plays tanks, right? I don't look at it the same way as some of these other people are, but I'm not sure why that name sounds like somebody hacking though. I don't understand why. Personally, I never understood why the term tanking was the term used, because games have characters in them called tanks. They should have named it something other than tanking. I mean, that's not the right term in my opinion. They should have called it something else. That's not the right term. That's not the term that should have been used, because it's taking like a good thing and turning it into a negative thing. Like being a tank in a game is a good thing. Being a tanker is a bad thing. So I feel like somebody messed up. I don't know how that term even stuck. It should have been named something else. Fruit says, who thinks Pixonic needs to change the whole pilot and upgrade system? They just did, I think. They've reworked so many different things. Honestly, I hope they don't do any other major reworks, because every time there's a major rework, it doesn't necessarily benefit the players. The players almost always get really upset every time they do a major rework to the game, so I actually hope they don't do any more major reworks. Easy says, how about tanks a lot? Now that sounds like somebody, even though that's a play on words and I get it, that definitely sounds like somebody who wants to move down in leagues. Like, I tank a lot. Oh man. Raptor's back. Smythe, he says, these kids these days and their languages don't make sense. I agree with you. Good brand, how you doing today? Ultimate Lancelot, you're welcome, my friend. Oh, excellent, phone died. Zishin, what's going on, buddy? How are you today? We'll probably stream till about 30 after. I did start the stream early by mistake, so normally, normally I can go for about 2 hours, then I gotta get up and move around because of the autoimmune disease. If I don't, my muscles lock up and start getting all this nerve pain, so we'll probably go for another 30 minutes, then I gotta get up and move for a while, so. Gamo says, when I first started playing the game. Oh, they should call it submarining. They should call it being a turd taco. Submarining, I like that. Bubble Beast, have a great day. Thank you for stopping by. Catch you later. Good to see you as always. Don't forget to check out Bubble Beast on YouTube, everybody. Med says, I meant that a lot of people and some YouTubers are also asking for a Mauler nerf. Oh, gotcha. They've actually, how many times have they nerfed the Mauler now? 3 times or 4 times? More than likely. Again, this is only speculation and I'm taking a guess, but I bet in January we see the Mauler on the list of things to get nerfed again. I could be wrong, but I'm just taking a guess there. Ruthless says, no, Danny, nothing changed after their rework. The Memoriam and upgrade things still suck. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. You gotta remember though, right? Like we were saying before, these games are ran by a business. Every business has one goal, which is to make money. There are so many things I would love to see them change or do differently, but if they did it, there's a lot of things that if they did change it, they would probably make less money after changing it. Therefore, I'm not expecting certain things to happen, even though I would like them to. I mean, it's pretty hard to say, hey, why don't you make this change, even though you're gonna make 30 or 40% less money if you do this? What company is gonna say yes to that? You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it, but you got to look at things realistically. You got to look at the way things really are in real life, and you got to understand these companies aren't going to do a lot of things that are going to make them make less money. They're all trying to make more money. Now, one thing I always try to explain is that you need to find the right balance between making a profit and keeping your players happy, however. Like, if I owned a game, I would do my best to try and make money and keep the majority of the players happy, right? You got to find the right balance. I mean, these games have to make money, right? In order to keep this game running, they've got to upgrade a lot of stuff. They got to pay the employees. They got to pay for the rent, the servers. They got to pay for this. It probably costs them a small fortune to keep these games running. But I also think they're making huge amounts of profit on most of these games. And I'm not just talking about Pixonic here. I'm talking about mobile games in general that are doing well, that are charging really high prices for things. I totally think they could easily afford to, lower the prices or give us throw us a bone sometimes. And I'm sure those companies could still make way more money than they needed to. But bottom line is, that's not how generally companies run. So there's so many things I would love to see different, but when I realistically look at it, that would be a bad business decision for them to do. So more than likely they won't. You know what I mean? Unidentified says, I guess Pixonic hates DOT. Why do you say that? I still haven't tried the DOT weapons that just got a buff yet. That's on my list of things to do, but supposedly they are buffing the... What was it? They are buffing the Deceiver weapons. So the Deceiver should be getting more DOT. Has anybody played those yet? If so, how are they doing? Because I haven't got a chance yet. pilot. Third brand says take notes from World War Tanks, pay to win. Yeah, I don't know about that game, but I heard it's really, really pay to win, big time. Daniel Sykes says, Grandpa, yeah, just play what you like. But no, I mean, I don't really like the fact that they bring out things that are super overpowered and then 3 months or 6 months later they nerf it, you know? I don't like that. Jamie said, there is another event on the map on... Did something else pop up today? I don't know what. There was nothing else. There was nothing new there this morning when I was on. So I'm guessing another thing popped up other than that showdown. I'm bad at remembering the dates that these things are supposed to start. Zishan says, what type of rebalancing is coming? Alright, so did you see the video I made recently, Zishan, about the 4 or 5 items they buffed? As far as I know, there's the buffs, right? I know January or February will be like the 6-month mark. Right now, it seems like every 6 months they're doing a big rebalance. My guess is January, we're going to see all types of rebalancing. I'm just speculating, but I'm expecting to see a gigantic buff and nerf list in January. Unfortunately, more than likely, most of it will probably be downgrades, but there will usually be some upgrades as well. Med says, seriously, if Mauler gets a nerf, I will permanently quit the game. Unfortunately, more than likely, it's going to get another one. Well, you never know. I mean, maybe they'll say, okay, we've changed it enough and leave it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they change it again. Grandpa says, I got Mauler Luchador in my inventory, but I upgraded Katura Aether instead. Play what makes you happy. You know, Aether is not really great, but it is fun to play. It's a cool Titan. Excellent says, if they barely want to nerf bots, they should nerf the pilots. Yeah, you know, pilots really do make robots a lot stronger. Like if you got a maxed out pilot or even a, you know, partially upgraded pilot that's set up properly and you remove it, it doesn't even feel like the same robot. Brute says, for now, Mauler easily gets killed by Luchador, Indra, Minos, and I don't know. I go up against a lot of really strong Maulers, and when I play my Mauler, I think it's still a little stronger than all the other Titans in the game. I don't think it's a lot stronger, but I feel like the Mauler is still stronger than the Luchador. I think it's stronger than the Bjorn. It's stronger than the Indra. I think a good Indra player can sometimes outplay a Mauler, but I still think the Mauler is the overall strongest Titan in the game when it comes to like up close, in your face, brawling robots. What's up, Blake Lee? How's your day going, buddy? Hope you're doing good today. Oh man, more emits. Zishan? I don't really like the Muromits. I'm trying to remember. I actually, there was a build. What was that build that was actually doing good on that robot? There is one build that works on the Muromits, but I can't remember what it was. It generally sucks, but there was something I played on it that actually made it good the other day. Crap. Unfortunately, though, like I was explaining earlier, I try to make Titan videos, and as soon as I'm like, okay, I'm going to record a video for a Titan today, on every freaking game. Either the game ends before I can drop the Titan, or I drop the Titan in 10 or 20 seconds. The game's over. When I'm not recording, this doesn't happen. But when I'm trying to record Titan games, it's almost always like this. It's been a curse for years, but... What weapons did I play on that were actually good? There's a really good set of weapons for the Mirror-Mitts right now. Not Mirror-Mitts. Which one did you say? You said Mirror-Mitts, okay. That robot sucks, Zishan. In my opinion, the problem with the Mirror-Mitts... I'm sorry, I was thinking of the wrong robot. I was thinking about the one that picks you up. Here's the problem with the Mirror-Mitts. You go up in the air, and your stealth ends, and on the way down, all the other Titans shoot you and blow you up. I don't ever do well with that robot. It's too squishy. If it actually kept the stealth when it was landing, I think it would be a great robot. But the problem is, the second the stealth wears off, 4 other Titans shoot it and destroy it instantly. So it usually dies the first time it goes up in the air is what I've noticed. I gave up trying to do well with that robot. It doesn't work for me. Alright, Pilot says, my Mauler eats all but Atlas and Ultimate Titans. I would agree with that. Brandon Eller killed a... You know, I can kill Maulers with my Bjorn, but I would say probably 80% of the time when I go up against the Mauler, normally the Mauler gets me just barely. Like if it was a really good one-on-one fight, sometimes I'll kill the Mauler, but most of the time the Mauler wins by a small margin. So if I go up against a Mauler in my Heimdall, I would say about 60% of the times the Mauler wins. If I go up against a Mauler and I'm in a Bjorn, I would say about 80% of the time, you know, the Mauler wins type of deal. But sometimes I can outplay a Mauler with my Heimdall. Sometimes I can outplay it with my Luchador. Sometimes I can outplay it with the Bjorn. So I guess it really just depends on how good you are, how good the next guy is, who's got better stuff on it, you know. Excellent, says Indra. Only the skilled can make Indra work. Yeah, you do got to be very good with the Indra. That takes a little skill to play, but that's a great Titan if you know how to use it. A super good Titan if you know how to use it. Alright, we got about 10 more minutes left on this stream, guys and gals. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and stop the question and answer and give out a couple of Kaji robots. We're going to go ahead and do a giveaway here. So the stream is coming to an end. Let me get this thing set up really quick. We're about to do us a giveaway, guys and gals. It'll take me a second. I forgot to open the things I needed to do the giveaway, so give me just a minute. Alright, where is Nightbot? Let's get Nightbot open. Let me get the winners list open. Winners list, where are you at? Weekly giveaway form, robots winners list. There we go. All right, now we're on this. Okay. Cool. Wait, what happened to Nightbot? It didn't work. 1 second. Dashboard. Nightbot, what are you doing? The button's not working. I keep pressing the button to get into Nightbot and it's not going. Nightbot, stop malfunctioning, sir. Okay. Nightbot! Something's wrong with the Nightbot, but we got in there eventually. Eventually we did it. Alright, here we go, guys and girls. We're going to do a giveaway. So if you would like to enter to possibly win a Kaji robot, guess what? All you got to do is type something in the YouTube chat. We'll give out like 2 or 3 of these today, guys. We'll give out a couple of these. Jay says, Nightbot glitch. What's up, Jay? How you doing today? All right. Yogo says, Kaji. Don't I got a Mauler for the giveaway? No, we had that. Pixonic made that small Mauler giveaway, but that's over. Right now, I got Kajis, and then when this one ends, I'll probably start a giveaway for some weapons. Excellent says Muramitz is a good robot, but they highly situational. I mean, Mauler, like I said, Muramitz not having stealth when landing anymore kind of screwed him, I think. It was amazing until they took away his stealth on landing. Now it kind of sucks. It's a little bit on the squishy. But yeah, just remember, if you've already won a Kaji, you're not able to win a second one, so I can't send one to the same player more than once. It's set up that even if I try to, it'll say, sorry, this player has already received that prize, so it's not possible to win more than one, just so you guys know. Dip says, man, could you give Boom? You know what? How about we do this? I do have Boom weapons available. How about we do this? If you're lucky enough to win, I guess I could choose you. You can pick either one you want. How about that? Why not? You can either have a Kaji robot or a Boom weapon. I guess we can do that. Why not? We'll do it that way. I mean, most people are probably going to want the Kaji, but I guess if you already got one, then why not? I haven't started the Boom giveaway yet, but it doesn't matter. We can still do it. All right. All right, we're going to go ahead and pick our first winner, guys and gals. I'm going to count down from 10. We're going to grab a winner. And then we'll do another one, right? So if you haven't spoken the YouTube chat, or if you haven't typed in the YouTube chat, make sure you type in there. I don't care if you post an emoji, or say I like tacos, or I hate Danny Lightning. Any of those things will work. Any of those things will work. So Ella says, we love Danny Lightning. Well, thank you. Madeline says, I like Mortal Kombat. Excellent says, Eiffel was never really a meta. I don't know. I think Eiffel was a beast when it first came out. Daniel Sykes says, turtle tacos. Turtle tacos. All right, let's go pick one. I got distracted. All right, here comes the first winner. 10, 9, ew, mashed meatloaf. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Nightbot. Let's go do it to it. Pick somebody good. Please pick somebody who normally wouldn't have been able to get one. All right, we're pressing the button, and Pro Nuts is the winner. Sir, is your profession being a squirrel? Just curious. I'm just wondering if you are a squirrel for a living. Is that what you do for a living? Alrighty. Roynut says, hello, thanks, man. Sure. I need your info, and do you want a Kaji or a boom? Let me know. Inquiring minds would like to know. Ew. Excellent says his profession is driving a jockstrap. Who drives a jockstrap? That sounds awful. Fruit Finder says Danny didn't even add me giveaways. Fruit Finder, I can't add you to the giveaway, my man. I don't add anybody to the giveaway. You got to do that yourself. Oh, the bot. He wants the bot. I need your 6-digit in-game player ID, and I need to know what platform you're on too. All right. We got it. So you want the Kaji. Let me get you on the winners list here. Alright, you are on the winners list for the Kaji robot. And congratulations. TRX RTR. That's a really cool, I don't know, TRX ready to run. TRX, it sounds like a remote control, a ready to run remote control car. That would be a really easy ID to remember for some reason. You're welcome, Pro Nuts. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pick another winner, guys and gals. Are you guys ready? Right now, we got 34 people who have entered. I'm pretty sure, who was that? Fruit said, I'm pretty sure you're in here, Fruit. Fruit is entered. Right there. Right now, Pro Nuts is disqualified because, well, he already won one. Everybody who's spoken is entered. All right. We're going to give away another one. So if you want to enter this giveaway, guys and gals, all you got to do is type something in the YouTube chat. I don't think one person typed in, I hate Danny. I was expecting somebody to type that in after I said it. Too Fitty Taco Tuesday. What's up, Russ Bucket? Blake Lee says something. Mac L says something. Excellent says something. Chris says something. Oh, wow. Mania hates Nightbot. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't say such a thing. I don't think it cares. I don't think it can. I don't think it knows, but just in case it does, maybe the people who programmed it said, you know what, if somebody says something bad, I don't know. That's a possibility. You gotta be nice to these like AI programs, and I mean, this isn't really AI, but it's like it's a bot. But somebody could have programmed the bot to realize what you just said, and they're like, nope. Anyways, we're going to give away another robot or boom weapon. We're going to count down from 10. Sharks, Oh, he typed I hate Danny when he's not streaming. I rarely ever ban people from the channel, but I guess I gotta ban Sharks. He hates me. Alright. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Excellent, says I love Nightbot. 2, 1. Alright, here we go. We're about to pick a winner. Come on, Nightbot, get somebody good. Don't get those mean people who hate Danny or hate you either. Alright, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Bam. Warlord. Warlord, what's your information and what do you want, a bot or a boom? The boom is the new heavy rocket weapon and the bot's the new ridiculous overpowered destroyer. Warlord says yes. He wants a boom. Alright. You're on Android. Alrighty. Let me get you on the boom winners list. I will send these out to the winners when the stream is over. Alright, you are on the winners list for a boom. Let's go ahead and give out another. Let's go ahead and give out another prize, guys. We got you on there. Shortly after the stream ends, that'll probably show up for you. I don't know if it takes like 5 minutes or 15 minutes, but after I send it, it will show up in your hangar shortly. Alright, guys and girls. We're going to do another one of these here in a minute. Nitro Duck says, Danny, here for the people. I'm here for... I can't think of anything funny to say. I'm bad at making jokes. I used to be good at it. Excellent is switching tactics. You know, I was always really good in the past at making quick jokes. Now I'm terrible at it. People used to be like, oh, you're funny. And I'd be like, thanks. Now they're like, man, you suck at jokes. Alright, guys and gals, we're going to pick another one. Remember, hey, Clamps, what's up, buddy? Dark says, come to Papa. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I've forgotten. Crap, I don't know. Uh-oh. Palace has got a joke. Why did the coil break up with the magnet? Because it felt too much attraction and couldn't resist anymore. Alright, that's like a joke you would only a scientist would appreciate. I don't find it to be funny, but I enjoyed it. Not a funny joke, but it's a good joke. It's actually kind of rare that I laugh at jokes. So far, Raptor has told one joke that I really, really laughed at. You know, I've never really cared for like stand-up comedians and stuff like that. I don't know. Except for Dane Cook, he always cracked me up. Dane Cook was funny. Nasty, but funny. But I don't know, I just don't laugh at jokes a lot. There's a lot of them that I like, even if I don't laugh at them, but... Alright, guys and gals. Alright, Brett was checking out Excellence channel. Here we go. It was definitely dry, but it's a good joke nonetheless. All right, here we go, guys. We're gonna count down and pick one more. So remember, if you win, you can have a boom weapon or a Kaji robot. And I guess you can have a choice of a brand new Ferrari. Not really. I lied. Weapon or robot? Okay. Alright. We're going to count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go. We are going to pick one. Honey roasted cats. What the heck is that? All right, Nightbot, grab somebody good. Let's go do it to it. So the next winner is K-Fed. K-Fed's the winner. Nightbot says, congratulations. Yeah, I think he won something recently. So yeah, what do you want? Boom? Haji? You can't have the Ferrari, I'm sorry. Unless it's like a micro machine. You know what? I wonder if they still make micro machines. What about Britney Spears? Micro machines were sweet. Alright, you want a boom? No Ferrari, sorry. No Ferrari for you! Alright, you're on the boom list. Alright. We're going to give away one more thing today, guys and girls. One more. One more winner. So if you haven't said anything in the YouTube chat, say something now, because if you don't get it in there quick, you're not going to be able to win. Right now we got 44 people who are entered. So we got 44 people. So bottom line is, when I push the button, you have a 1 in 44 chance unless somebody else joins. So 1 in 44 chance of winning. 1 in 45 chance of winning. Alright. Here we go. We're going to count down from 10. This will be the last thing. Then we're going to end the stream, guys and girls. So good luck on the giveaway. We're going to pick our last winner in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Somebody's going to get a big old crap sandwich to the face. I mean, somebody's going to win. All right. Ernie. Hobo Squad. Ernie from the Hobo Squad. I don't know why, but I like that name. All right, Ernie. I don't know why I like that name, but I like that name. All right, buddy. What's your information? Grandpa, you out of here? Have a great day, buddy. We need Ernie's info. All right, do you want a Kaji or would you like a boom weapon? That is the last piece of information that we need to know. Which one shall it be? Robots or weapon? Brett says, enjoy your crap sandwich, smiley face. Alright, Ernie would like the robot. Alright, you are now on the winners list, so. Cool. Cool. We got you on there. So that's pretty much it for the giveaways, guys and gals. I do want to say thank you all for coming out to the live stream. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for watching my live streams. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you a lot. Why is that up on the screen? Oh, I guess I must have changed the window. Alright, how do I get that off of there? There we go. Goodbye. Now you can see the ending screen. Ellis, you have a great day too. Thank you, buddy. Chris says, thank you. Always appreciate the tips. Yeah, thanks for coming out. Max says, next stream, Danny. We will be back on Thursday and Saturday for more streams. So if you guys are around, we'd love to see you guys there. Nightcrawler, have a wonderful day. Jay, catch you later, buddy. Daniel Sykes, thank you. Yeah, thanks to the moderators as well. I appreciate you guys. Excellent says, enjoy the fun, Pronuts. Pronuts says, thanks. You're welcome. You won fair and square, you know. Nightbot hit you with the winner stick. That's a lot of luck right there. Don't thank me, thank Nightbot and thank Pixonic. I'm just the host, right? I didn't make the giveaway. I didn't pick you. Nightbot says you are the chosen one, and Pixonic said, hey, we're gonna let you do a giveaway. So I just host the thing and then send the prizes. I guess I'm the one that's got to do all the work though. I gotta send all the prizes out. Excellent says, love y'all. See you at Tony and Adrian's. Alright, guys and gals, I think that's it for the day. Thank you for being here. Our stream is ending. Hope to see you guys on the next one. Thanks again. You're all amazing. I really do appreciate all of you, so thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will catch you next time. Alright, see ya. In stream button. There we go. There it is. Oh, bam.